With the local level elections not too far away, political parties and candidates are busy in the promotion campaigns. The Election Commission has said that it is strictly monitoring the violation of Election Code of Conduct and has warned of actions against the candidates violating the regulations. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Political parties found in violation of the Election Code of Conduct in their promotion campaigns. Monitoring remains weak. Chief Election Commissioner assures of immediate actions. Candidacies from Dalit community for a leadership role in the local election meager. No candidacy from Dalit women in 170 wards. Russian attacks resume on steelworks in Ukraine's Mariupol despite hundreds of civilians remaining trapped inside. And UEFA says Russia has been barred from European competitions and World Cup qualifiers. Political parties and candidates who had expressed the commitment of respecting the norms of election and ensuring a well-managed poll themselves have been violating the Election Code of Conduct. Parties and candidates in the Madhya province in particular have been violating the Election Code of Conduct by loud miking and deteriorating the beauty of public places by pasting posters and banners. In such a situation, entities shouldering the responsibility of implementing the Election Code of Conduct have remained quiet. Major parties and candidates in Madhya province have violated the Election Code of Conduct introduced by the Election Commission. With the election fervor at its prime, candidates of major parties themselves have remained indifferent to the Code of Conduct. However, the monitoring committee is yet to take any actions. Despite prohibition from the Election Commission for pasting banners and posters at public places, this regulation has been completely ignored in districts of Madhya province. Parties have blatantly used flags, t-shirts and banners with their logos in their promotion campaigns. The Apex Election Authority has also set a ceiling for promotion expenses of the candidates. However, the candidates seem to be spending a lot more than they are allowed. Meanwhile, the parties and candidates have also been using children in the promotion campaign, which is also against the Code of Conduct. Chief Election Commissioner Dinesh Thapalia has assured that the results of the upcoming local level elections will be declared within 5 days from voting. In an interaction with the newsroom of Kantipur television yesterday, the Chief Election Commissioner also said that the Election Commission is serious about the implementation of the Election Code of Conduct. Chief Election Commissioner Thapalia said that actions will be taken against the candidates violating the Election Code of Conduct. Thapalia said that the Apex Election Authority was monitoring the promotion campaigns of the candidates and assured of actions against those violating the Code of Conduct. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces who is responsible for the implementation of the Election Code of Conduct. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
निर्वाचन आयोगले मुख्य भूमिका गर्नुपर्छ
उम्मेदवारहरूलाई पनि सचेतीकरण गराउनुपर्छ
नागरिकहरू आफै सचेत हुनु पर्यो
Periodic elections are ensured in democracy. However, procedures are yet to be institutionalized as political parties have remained indifferent to the norms of democracy to serve their own interests. Instead of selecting capable and popular individuals as candidates, the public have alleged the parties of giving space to nepotism and prioritizing those with funds to enrich their coffers. The trend of violating constitutional provisions and democratic norms has continued for the nearing local polls. Candidates are currently busy in their promotion campaigns as the Election Commission has already published the final list of those contesting at the local election. However, parties in the ruling coalition and opposition, CPNUML, have taken actions against their members who have filed candidacies against their official pick. Most of the parties have selected candidates without ensuring fair practice or proper consideration of their capabilities and popularity. Members and cadres are growing frustrated towards their party leaderships, as they have been denied an opportunity to serve the public in leadership roles at the local levels. This shows that the parties themselves have not followed democratic practices and inclusive procedures in selection of candidates. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Reservation has been arranged to ensure the representation of the Dalit community in the local levels. However, expected candidacies from the Dalit community have not been registered for the nearing local election. Parties have struggled in identifying Dalit women in some places to put them forward as candidates. Of the 10 wards in Kantipur municipality, Dalit candidates were not registered in 7 of them. In the municipality with 57,000 voters, Dalit candidates were registered in only 3 wards. Of those 3 wards, 2 found unopposed winners, while in the other candidacies have been filed only from Nepali Congress and Nepal Workers and Peasants Party. Dalit candidates were not registered in a ward each of Madhepur and Surabhinak municipalities. In the 38 wards of Kantipur district with 189,000 voters, only 97 Dalit women have filed their candidacies. The situation is similar in other local levels of the country. According to the Election Commission, candidacies of 23,252 women have been registered for 6,743 positions in 753 local levels. Meanwhile, candidacies have not been filed in 170 positions. The vacant positions are more in comparison to the previous local election, where candidacies were not filed for 146 ward membership of Dalit women. According to the National Dalit Commission, the Dalit community constitutes 13% of the total population at 3.6 million. It is imperative for efforts from the political parties, in addition to reservations, to include the Dalit community in mainstream politics. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question: why have candidacies from the Dalit community been low for local election? Your options: option A, lack of political awareness; option B, limited to quota; and option C, no political presence. The voting is on. Type any AWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The Muslim community is celebrating the festival of Eid al-Fitr across the country today with much fervor. The festival of Eid al-Fitr is an important religious holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide that marks the end of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting. It's a tradition to wear new clothes, eat sweets and recite a small prayer called a takbir. Other key elements of the Eid celebrations are giving money to the poor, sending Eid greetings, distributing gifts among the family members and feasting with families. On the occasion of Eid, the government has announced a public holiday across the country today. President Bidyadevi Bhandari and Prime Minister Sheikh Bahadur Deuba have extended greetings to all Muslims across the country on the occasion of Eid. The impact of obstruction in import of coals in India because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict is also being seen in Nepal. Nepali industries have been compelled to suffer from load shedding for up to 14 hours because of issues in import of electricity from India. The Nepal Electricity Authority has said that complications exist only on the days when Nepal does not purchase electricity from the Indian market. The NEA has claimed that this problem will be resolved within 20 days. According to the NEA, 1,000 megawatt of electricity is produced from domestic hydroelectricity projects at the moment. The output reaches around 1,400 megawatts when Kulekhani and Tamakoshi are put to optimal production capacity. However, the demand of electricity stands at 1,700 megawatts, meaning the country has to import 300 megawatts from India. As India itself is struggling with low production of energy, Nepal has not been able to import electricity, which has led to around 14 hours of power cuts in industries. Meanwhile, the NEA has claimed that the issue is not of a permanent nature. It has further claimed that the domestic production will meet the demand within 20 days. As the power cuts at industries are likely to hit the struggling economy further hard, it is imperative to find alternative solutions. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.